morning, Jackednnerdy fans, and Happy New Year. Jeremy here with my first review of the year. Today we are reviewing the new Taika Waititi comedy, Next Goal Wins. Before we jump into that review though, as always, make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on a video. And please do give this video a thumbs up. It is the greatest metric that YouTube uses when deciding to promote our videos to other users. And it doesn't cost you a thing. So hit that thumbs up button. We greatly appreciate your support. So, with that out of the way, let's jump straight into it with Taika Waititi's Next Goal Wins. So, straight away, as soon as I saw the trailers for this movie, I thought it looked absolutely hilarious. Just the kind of upbeat comedy, I suppose, that we've come to expect from Taika Waititi. I love his sense of humour. I think he's a great director. Thor Ragnarok is still one of my favourite Marvel movies. Not the favourite, but one of my favourite. So straight away I was sold on this movie. Despite the fact that Michael Fassbender was in it as well, and I think he's a brilliant actor too. So if you don't know, this movie is based on a true story or actual events, where a soccer coach who didn't have the greatest of records basically took a job coaching a team in Samoa, which all hell ensues from there, and basically they end up winning one of their first games ever, and obviously scoring a goal. Or several goals, I should say. So it's it's a great movie. It's a great premise set in actual events. Really low budget, relatively unknown cast. Obviously, Taika Waititi always likes to have a little cameo in his movies. As I said, Michael Fassbender is in there. Couple of other actors and actresses: Elisabeth, Rhys, Darby. As I said, a lot of relatively unknown actors and actresses as well. From the Pacific Islands. Will Arnett is also in it, albeit he plays a relatively small role. But it was, like I said, it was really nice to see a lot of relatively unknown actors in here. And it was it was a really refreshing, feel-good comedy. We don't get many of these types of films around the place these days. A lot of people are not really in the business of touching comedy either these days. They find it a bit risque, or a bit risky, I should say, especially with the whole cancel culture thing. But Taika Waititi did a good job in this movie. As it was set in real events, there's there's not a lot of embellishment. They even show images of the original team members and what have you during the movie. One thing I'd have to say is, now you've probably heard me say a number of times in some of my previous reviews, I'm all for diversity and what have you, but I hate it when they wedge things into movies where it doesn't belong, or they wedge something in to the detriment of the story, and what have you. It's no surprise because of you probably know if you've seen the trailers, there is a trans player in the team, and because this is something that actually happened and it's all based on actual events and everything, it's well documented, it fit within the story to have that character in there. And it worked greatly. It didn't feel out of place. It didn't feel forced. It was supposed to be there because it was part of the story. It's part of history. And like I said, it all fit very organically. So I had absolutely no problem with it. It actually worked really, really well. It was the way Taika, just subtly, he just had it in there. It just felt very, as I said, felt very organic. I can't get over the fact that in Hollywood at the moment, they feel the need to shove things down the audience's throat and wedge things into stories that don't belong there. I've been watching the latest Monarch show, and for the first 5 episodes I thought everything was fantastic. Everything felt great, and then right in the middle there they had to shove a lesbian relationship in your face and down your throat, and which had nothing to do with the actual story. You didn't even need to know about it. You weren't even thinking about the character's sexual orientation. You didn't need to know. You didn't want to know. It just had no place in the actual story, and it completely ruined. I wouldn't say it completely ruined the story for me or the show for me, but it pulled me out of the episode because it was so, out of place, and it was completely inorganic. For the first 4 episodes, you just felt that there's this female character. This is her story. This is what's going on. You didn't even care. You didn't give 2 shits about her relationship status or sexual orientation. The story was on something completely different, and then they just had to make a complete detour from that story just to bring it to the forefront that this person is a lesbian character, and it took you out of the movie. So, out of the show, I should say. So, I'll be doing a separate review on that later on, that whole series later on for you. But coming back to Next Gold Win, as I said, I've got no problem with diversity. I've got no problem with LGBTQ. I just don't need it shoved down my throat. And Taika Waititi did a fantastic job of telling this story, which just so happened to have a trans athlete or trans person, whatever you want to call them, in it. And he just told the story very organically because everything was supposed to be there, and he didn't make a big fuss about it, and it just all worked well and didn't get shoved down your throat. So, sorry for that little divergent there, but coming back to it. So, look, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was very fun and entertaining. It does have rewatchability. If you're into sports movies, like feel-good sports movies, like if you like Remember the Titans, if you like Varsity Blues, if you like Any Given Sunday, I can name dozens of sports movies. The Longest Yard, Mean Machine. If you're really into sports movies, you're gonna love this film. If you're into feel-good comedies, you're gonna love this film. If you're a Taika Waititi fan, you'll love this film. If you're a Michael Fassbender fan, you'll love this film. So look, all around, I think this was a really great outing by Taika Waititi. It had a very, very low budget. It was only $6.5 million. I mean, you can't get much more low budget than that. Really low budget, great comedy. Look, it's definitely going to make its money back. I just think this is all round a great film. So, if you're looking for just a feel-good film to start the new year with, this is definitely one for you. You can take your kids to see it. There's nothing too obscene about this film. Like kids will enjoy it, parents will enjoy it. It's a great film to watch during the school holidays. If you do happen to see this film, hit me up in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think. At the moment, it's got an IMDB score of 6.5 and a Rotten Tomatoes score of 43%. I think we can get those numbers up a little bit. Like I said, I definitely agree, with maybe 7 out of 10. Like I said, really good comedy. Felt great afterwards, and could go on and enjoy the rest of my day feeling good. So hit me up in the comments section below. Let me know what you guys think of the latest Taika Waititi comedy, Next Goal Wins. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys. We got heaps more content coming out this new year. So until next time, guys, stay jacked and stay nerdy.